Will there be any more weapons with the fire element? Yeah. Yes, no question. Is there a Dex melee next update? Yes, there is. Well, there's just more daggers being added in general, but also, yeah, there's gonna be a lot more like dexterity related stuff because of said dagger expansion and stuff of that sort. Will there be any more explosive weapons? I think so. Anyway, fuck. Oh my god, I just accidentally skipped like 5 people. Are you gay? No. Will there be more useless out of bounds images? Actually, I think so. What's the scale of this update from 1 to 10? 10 being huge and 1 being tiny quality of life. Compared to everything else, definitely a 10. It's just so much shit that we're adding. It's actually bewildering how this even got this, like this large overall, but and this is that some of the ambition that I had for the update like a year ago or two got cut out, but still, point being, it is very ambitious and we're doing a lot for the update. So yes, I would say 10, maybe even 11. When's the update? I already answered this. Will there be a rework of the cloud area? I mean, so we'll discuss this more in the direct, the next direct. Well, I think so in the next direct. Just one of the directs are coming up that we're gonna be, taking a look at the game and seeing, what sticks and what doesn't because I feel like with this update I want to make Pilgrimmed like at its max potential. Like if you showed it to a friend in the future once the update's done, that this would be like the best experience they could possibly have with like the whole game, not just like the end game content, just the whole game. So I don't know if I'll rework the area specifically. We haven't gotten that far yet, to be honest, but we are looking into like seeing which areas need more work or just which areas of the game need more attention, more rehashing, reshaping, stuff of that sort. Will there be more summoner? I already answered this. Who are you? Are we ever getting a junk car as a weapon? A junk car? I don't know what that means. And do you like tacos? Yes, actually. Oh, junk car like rideable weapon? I mean, not rideable weapon, but you did see like the tire weapon in the direct, so. How many times you change your PFP or name per? I've never changed my name since like 2019, I'd say, or somewhere around there, like 2018, 2019. I haven't changed my name since, but my PFP, I changed it a fair amount. Not on this account, a fair amount, but the other, on like other like social media and stuff. Yeah, I definitely changed my PFP. Are we getting more fire weapons? Already answered this. Will there be more fruit heads in the future? Yeah. Are there any more enemies or only the ones in direct? Obviously, there's more enemies. It's not the full update that's being shown in that preview. I'd honestly say, like, to be honest, like, well, I mean, it is part. We only really showed part 1 of the update anyway, but like, I'd say in terms of enemies versus what's actually planned, like, you probably saw like 40 or 50% of what's even gonna be available. I don't know. We'll see. Will April Fool's event weapons ever be accessible again? Correct me if I'm wrong, but every April Fool's we do like show the past April Fool's events for the season of April Fool's. So, I mean, they'll be accessible every April Fool's until we stop, supporting the game. Will there be new guilds? We haven't planned that so far, but I wouldn't rule out the possibility. I just don't know if there will be, to be honest. Nice to meet you too. Will there be more winter content? I'm not sure. Probably not. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Will old weapons like the rot and such get buffs or tweaks to their base attacks? Yeah, we're rebalancing the game, like just in general. Like at least that's what I'm planning to rebalance the game to make it more not only fair for the player but also fair for the enemies. Because I think, and I'll elaborate this in the direct probably, but I feel like the game generally needs, especially for this update, because we're portraying a lot through the bosses in this update. that bosses need to have their own spine, you know, because like I've seen so many videos of people with their crazy builds, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to like ruin the fun or anything, but like so many builds are just able to like shred every boss, and it's like, you know, like it does concern us generally when we're like making, you know, new content. Like, are we also just never gonna be able to take this boss seriously after a while? That happened with Lazarus, you know, it can happen to anyone. So, yeah, we're definitely rebalancing ship. I don't really have a question since I trust you guys. Blah blah blah. Blah. Deliver an awesome update. How am I doing? I'm doing fine. Um, yeah, I'm just doing fine. That's about it. Will Kai Orange Eye? Oh, Orange Eye be real? No. When it's Dilating Tower, um, it's been suspended right now because of Junk Pits. But once Junk Pits come out, I'm gonna be mainly working on that and then another project too. So it's gonna be being worked on. But right now, it hasn't made any real progress since. And that's just a mix of like personal life factors, but also now because of this update too. Can you tell me how many things y'all have done and have to do before dropping the update? I can't like quantify this exactly, but like I'd say, so far in terms of like the total update, like all parts, all things that we want to do, we've gone like, eh, like, I mean, we still have a lot to do. Like in terms of the full scope, 30, 40. But in terms of what you guys will be getting, which is part one, roughly like 67%. Will there be telescope animations? What is this spyglass animation? Yes, I'm out of it. I don't know. When will you add Lazarus wind cutter as a technique for pinwheel? That was actually planned, and then I just got lazy, so I never added it. I don't know. If I feel like it one day, probably, but not right now. Will there be any old weapon reworks? We'll see. It's part of the rebalancing objective, so if there's any weapons that need like, you know, a rehash or whatever, yeah, we'll do that, but we have nothing in particular right now. Would you add any new pay to win game passes? No. What made you start making Pilgrim to the other game? The other game. Oh, you mean Dylane Tower? I'm guessing that's what you meant. Um Pilgrimed, and I'm gonna try to shorten this because it's a long story. But basically, I just really wanted to work on something that wasn't the game that we were making at the moment. So I just kept pestering the other developers until they finally gave in and started making stuff. So that was basically it. And then the ironic part is I barely participated for like most of the development before it released. But I made like stuff like, you know, Kai Guy and Shock Marauder and stuff. So I dabbled in the development. I also kind of directed some of it, but most of the time it was just them working on it. So what's your opinion on Deepwoken? I was a big fan at one point, but now I'm not. I just don't like the direction the game's taken, and I haven't for a while. But I mean, I'm neutral towards it, you know, like I don't hate its fans or anything. Will Jerry collab with the Stylus and Prairie? Probably not. Will we get a new type of halberd? Um, I mean, I think so. I don't know. I don't know yet. Bless me. Seems like the update lacks enemies. Doesn't mean we can help add new ones. Um, you guys specifically won't be adding new ones, and I don't recommend that you even try suggesting it because it's just stuff like enemies and bosses. It's just not a good idea to recommend like new bosses or whatever. I already mentioned this in the guidelines for suggestions, but it's not a good idea because we already have like an idea of what we want. So you doing that is like redundant. It won't be considered. So I wouldn't suggest that. But the the truth is we just haven't added everything yet. And also the trailer fairly didn't show all of the progress we've made because it only covered part 1 of the update, really. So any new game modes like oh, for end game content or replayability in mind? We haven't actually really considered that in terms of like replayability. I do want just the main game to be fun enough to where you want to replay it, but I'm not sure yet in terms of like, you know, extra game modes and whatever. Um we don't have any big plans right now for that, I think. Sorry, I had to drink some water. Um, will there be a new mount in part 1 and part 2 update? I don't know yet, actually. I actually don't know. Well, you consider Tylene's tower not the game, but the actual update with a snail in the tower. That wouldn't be my decision because Junk Pits is my last update, so it would be up to the people that are left with the game. But right now, I mean, we haven't. I mean, we have stuff for that update, like hypothetically speaking, but it's not like anything solid yet. Where do I type questions? Through Andy, you're in my DMs. Just type in my DMs like everyone else has. Come on, bruh. I will once again ask, what was the thought process behind the great words "limb, limb, Weezer canned"? I don't know. Oh, and will Highway Sun be in the update? I'm not gonna confirm or deny that. Will there be horror stuff added to the game? I don't think so. Can you add my dog to Pilgrammed? I have more photos if you need. It's a very cute dog. Are we done with the old fart, or will his presence linger in the later updates? Damn, you actually, ugh, ugh. Okay, I'm gonna say this. The old fart will be involved with the update. That's the most I can say. After the update, I'm probably not, but during the update, he will be involved. He'll be involved. You definitely made 90% of this update, didn't you? I'm pretty sure you're the one who made the most complex animations. Okay, I'm gonna, for the sake of my friends' egos, I'm gonna say this right now. Junk Pits, I contributed like 30% of the progress so far. Like 70% or like 80% of the progress has been mainly the other two. It's just the 20% has been me giving ideas and my framework I laid out like a year ago or two and stuff of that sort. But actually, I haven't really been that involved. Only recently have I been like really involved in getting the update, the way I want it. But most like credit Bloodbrain and Tenda and stuff because they're actually putting in the work. I'm just it's sort of like how the game was initially being made, where I just kind of jump in and every now and then I add cool stuff, but that's about it. Not to flatter myself, of course. Would you guys continue with Pilgrim after the Junk Pits update? Like continue update and work on the game? It wouldn't be me, but yes, I feel well, I can't speak for them, obviously, but they'll probably, add stuff here and there. What's the lore of the clerics in the Lost Country? Why would I say this like just randomly, just out of the blue for the Q&A? You can infer that through what you already got in the game, so I won't be answering that. Are there any weapons that are your favorite? Um, I mean, I kind of just like melee weapons, honestly. There's no particular weapon I like in Pilgrimmed. Even like, like the exclusive weapons and like the weapons are special not special. I mean, they are special, but assigned specifically to this update. Even those, I mean, the weapons in this update are pretty cool, so. But I can't answer that question. I just don't have a favorite weapon. I just like whatever is a melee and isn't like super cumbersome to use. What's 9 plus 10? A fun fact, I think one of the first audios I downloaded on Roblox, like through the library, was a 9 plus 10 remix. Is Old Fur involved in any way? I already answered this. Please bring back Chard Cremains. Make him to a real boy, please. Um, if you want to get my answer to that, go to just search through 3ND streams and see for one of the interviews that I did with him. Well, the interviews that he did with me, I already spoke about Chart Cremains. Is the clown connected to anything we know of in the game or not? Also, any new bull types? The clown, well, they're connected to junk pits primarily, not like anything in the game otherwise. Also, any new bullet types? Yeah, I think so. I might be spitting misinformation, but I'm pretty sure, yes. Do you support LGBTQIA? Yes. Also, you add any Hollow Knight stuff? I already answered that. Also, are you going to add any Ultra Kill stuff? No. Who has the most aura in Pilgrimmed? Honestly? Okay. I can't say it right now because it would be spoilers. But once you get to something the thing I'm thinking about right now, oh my god. I can't wait for the fan art. I honestly can't. And I can't wait to post concept art of him too. It's just great. So much aura. But I can't say it. I really can't. I'm sorry. Any progress on that term? I already said that. I already answered. How many bosses this update? Um, a lot. Significantly more than raindrops. Because raindrops wasn't it just like it was just 2. So raindrops was 2. I would maybe like 3 if you count the false believer rework, but basically 2. So imagine that, but like instead of 2, it was like more like. Okay, I'm not making a joke with this. I'm actually being serious. Like 6, 7, or 8, or 9, something like that. I don't know yet, but it's gonna be a lot. And then also baked potatoes or French fries, French fries. But like if it's like school lunch baked potatoes, because it's more filling. The tire weapon that was shown in the video, did you guys take inspiration from the Kai Lazari wheel? No. Would you give a percentage out of 1 out of 100%? Finish the update. I already answered. I think I said like, well, in total 30, 40%, but like in terms of the first part, like 60, 70%. There's still a lot to do, but um, still a lot to do. That's all I can say. In general, how high of a difficulty spike would the junk pits be? So that's one of the big sellers of the junk pits update, in my opinion. It's going to be a lot more difficult, for sure. Like just a lot. Like the boss I made like a day ago, literally a day ago, I finished it. I think, or today, I finished it. I'm testing it, and I can't even like consistently get past its what, third or fourth phase. So it's definitely way more difficult for sure. And also generally like their health and damage are gonna be more inflated, but obviously if you're in the junk pits, you're obviously gonna get gear that can definitely solo them, but it will definitely feel a lot harder. And that's the goal because I want to max out Pilgrim's combat and like, just like the capacity for bosses to be difficult. Like I was doing work on the parrying earlier, and turns out before we weren't able to add any bosses that had like multi hits of less than what, a quarter of a second attacks in between because the parry cooldown was just that much. So you can't have multi attacks like that. But now with the changes I'm making, you should be able to parry a lot more often. So therefore, we can make faster attacks. Will there be another direct or announcement of sort about the future of Pilgrimmed? Yes. Also, what's your favorite Tyler the Creator song? Now I'm not like a big like loyal Tyler the Creator fan, but I do like his well, I think it's just called Igor album, right? I'm pretty sure that's his album, and also Chromacopia. I love his album too. I don't have any particular favorites, but I've been listening to uh Gone Gone, Thank You or whatever, I think, in the car alongside Like Him, Thought I Was Dead, etc. I've been listening to that in the car a lot. Will there ever be a Deep Woken collab? No, probably not. They haven't reached out, and I doubt we would accept, to be honest. But I'm not ruling out the possibility. Do you make profit off the game? Sometimes, but not a lot. It's just well, I'm not gonna like say my full finances, but I don't make a whole lot. Like potentially for what Pilgrimmed has actually produced, I don't make that much. But that's intentional, obviously. I don't think back then 15, 16-year-old me needed, any money. So that was basically like the whole logic behind that. But in retrospect, I could have probably made a little bit more money from that, but I mean, it's whatever. I'm gonna say it's humility. Is the car a JoJo reference? No. Is Atlantis real? Look at the April Fool's update. That's real. Does False Believer have any deep lore? I know Bobby's made a flow chart of like the winter lore, and you can look at that. I don't remember where it is, so if anyone wants to pull that up, that'd be nice. But yeah, it's a very nice chart, and I think it actually does do a lot of the lore justice without being like super direct. Um, will there be a plot? The winter thing is the plot line. I mean, it's only a quest, but still, it is a plot line, and there is stuff that you can infer from the fight and like everything. So, will there ever be a main story quest to follow with lore or an obvious end goal? Um, we are planning. Well, not we. I shouldn't speak for everyone. I am planning on at least guiding the player a little bit more through the game. Not like too much, you know, it's not gonna be like super big hand holding, but I do want people to generally feel more guided because it's just like I feel like one of the major flaws with early games that, you know, it is an open world, but it has the open world curse of like if you don't like um kind of like push people in certain directions, then they get lost, especially in areas that they're not supposed to be. And unfortunately, there are some people that like get frustrated and then they just quit and they never, you know, play again. So I feel like I do want to avoid that because that is something that does genuinely affect pilgrims. So I will try to incorporate that, but I can't guarantee anything like a main story thing or even like an obvious goal. But Junk Pits will have an obvious goal. I will say that Junk Pits is a lot more story oriented and like not necessarily like super linear, but it's definitely a lot more linear than the open world. Will we get more visual overhauls for towns or other locations? Yes, I think so. Or maybe I'm lying. I don't know. We'll see. But there is going to be actual, like, what's the word? Added geometry onto the map for reasons I cannot disclose right now. Are you, are you add pizza? He sent me Kaisa not getting blown up in his room. Also, are there slingshot like Angry Bird? Um, Not in this update. Internet got disconnected before I can ask a question. Will the Ice Golem race have a use? No, all the races are becoming vanity. Well, I'm pretty sure last update did that, but just in case it didn't, it's becoming vanity. What's your name tag origin? It's a mix between decaying and bag, but I also now that I grew up, I like thinking that it's like a stupid like pun, like deinbag, like that's a like a innuendo. But apart from that, there's no real origin. Will there be any new fish related things? Probably. I don't know yet. Also, what's your favorite pizza? I like, it's a controversial opinion, but I do like pineapple pizza. I don't have a particularly favorite pizza, but I do like guava. I do like the ones from Little Caesars, stuff of that sort. Barbecue pizza, stuff of that sort. I just like most pizzas. It's just like stuff like mushrooms I don't like, but that's just me being picky. Two questions. What was that dashing in direct? Is there going to be any content with good replayability? So to answer question one, I can't answer it like too much yet because it's part of the bigger thing that might be discussed in a direct in the near future. Oh, sorry if you can hear the car alarm outside, but anyway, but to sum it up without giving away too much, um, you're gonna have God, how the fuck do I even like make a euphemism for this? You're gonna have better movement in the next update. That's all I can say. Better movement and um, yeah, yeah. You're gonna have better movement, and this is part of it. But also, it's just gonna look better because I'm making the combat feel more snappy and like nice. So that's part of it. And then is there gonna be any content with good replayability? In terms of replayability, I'm not sure yet. We haven't had anything that like has replayability at its forefront, but like I just want the game to be good enough to where you want to play it more. And also, I mean, I guess like it'll be how do I say this? Like it'll be like a Hollow Knight situation where like you know like how the Pantheons like you're not actually supposed to like replay them all the time or whatever, but like you it's just so like nice that you want to replay them or like you want to replay the game with a different thing, whatever. It's sort of like that with the future content. It'll just be like a Lazari thing where like you know you can just beat Lazari and be done with it, but like you still fight him over and over again just for fun. Do you listen to music? If so, who's your favorite artist? I don't have a favorite artist, but Radiohead, Tyler the Creator. Um, Damn, I can't think of everything on the top of my head. This is a lot of music I listen to. It's just I just mainly listen to like like Vocaloid and whatever. I did listen to a lot of stuff. I'm very diverse when it comes to music taste. Just everything but country, I guess. And like the super emo like grunge like TikTok songs, I don't listen to those, or like funk or anything. I don't listen to that. But that just might be my age showing. All right. Then what the that was not even a human noise. Are the new bosses aiming to be harder than most endgame bosses? He asked me to react if I've seen this. I already answered this, but yes. Are clouds coming back or permanently canceled, postponed? Um, so I think people misinterpreted the Forsaken collab being shut down as if like we're just permanently barring off every collab, but like really most of the time I'm fine with collabs. It's just like in cases like Forsaken, I just don't want to. I mean, simply put, we would rather lose a bit of the popularity of being associated with something like Forsaken over being associated with something like Forsaken. You know what I mean? Like there's troublesome people that have been involved with some of the games that we've turned down and stuff of that sort. And it's just a safety measure because last thing we need is some, like uh vigilante, going after us because we just so happen to not know these things that were going on. So we generally do prioritize like background research and stuff just to make sure that collabs don't go through. But generally, literally the only grounds for collab is that you reach out to us first, or well, in case of Fantastic Frontier, I think we reached out first. But for most collabs, you just reach out first, uh, and as long as it's not like something you're profiting off of, and like you give us credit, I'm usually fine with it. Like, there's a lot of people that come up to me and just ask for like references from us to be added into their games, and I'm usually fine with it. So it's not like collabs are barred off forever or anything. It's just number one, we're not reached out that often, but also we have to be careful with some games because some games do have like some crazy weird people or like crazy weird lore, and we just can't afford to be associated with that. But no hate, obviously, to like Forsaken whatever, because I mean, I can't say whether they're truly good people or not or whatever. I don't know them like that, but like it does seem like they were, trying at one point to, move on from the influence of their previous developers and whatever. So Q&A question: will lore be expanded on in this update, specifically the catacombs? Specifically the catacombs, I don't think so, but yes, I do think just because JUNKPITS is, how do I say it? Like JUNKPITS is connected to a lot of things, just like thematically, but also like just in terms of like main like lore objects in the world. So there, and I mean lore objects as in like, uh, it would be spoilers actually if I said that. Just point being, it's not like literal objects, but it's like objects of discussion in the lore. It's related to that, so it's a very lore heavy update. So it will probably inadvertently expand on that. And oh, will you ever add more races like Snow Husk or whatever? We don't have that planned right now, but I mean, I'm not really not the not really not the possibility. Quick water break. Let's see. Water break over. What is developing for a game even like? It depends on who you're working with, and also it depends on you. I don't want to yap too much, so I'm just gonna shorten it. But it's a very elaborate answer, and I do think like anyone who's trying to get into this thing, number one, you have to have a lot of like mental stamina, and also a lot of respect for yourself. Because if you don't have either of those things, nothing will get off the ground. And unfortunately, I suffer with one of those things, just like the endurance, because like I'm very capable of making a project. Like people who know me would know I make a lot of projects, but most of them never get off their 2 feet, and it's just because I'm a very sporadic person when it comes to motivation. I jump and jump and jump, but I can never truly soak in on one project, and that's just that's unfortunately just how I am as a person. This is the same passion that made the things I made in the game in the first place. So it's just like it's a double-edged sword, you know. But I think like you have to be not mature, but like you have to have like the wisdom and like the endurance and like the everything just to make a project go through because it's really easy to learn the skills, but if you're not able to apply them, then it's all worth nothing in the end, really. Previous characters gain more interactions. Fan favorites gain more spotlight. Yes, and yes. Will the writing be pretty similar? I mean, probably it'll just be more, extreme because JUNKPITS is just a very chaotic area in general. But yes, the writing will be similar in terms of just like it's not like we're changing writers or anything. It's the same people writing it. So, can I be your friend, deinbag? I mean, we could be, allies, associates, but I don't know you like that. Also, will there be any new gems? I don't know yet, actually, to be honest. Probably not. I don't know. Release date when? I already answered this. Are we allowed to ask more than one question? Yes. I can't guarantee I'll read it because I'm moving up the DM list so far. Will there be more Meteor content? Probably not. Will there be more items and accessories for those who have healer builds? I think so. I don't know yet exactly, but I think so. I don't know. How big are... Damn, these are a lot of questions. How big are you planning on making part 1? A lot. It'll be half of a lot, so just imagine half of a lot. And how will the update affect the current meta? A lot. Actually, because like a lot of the rebalancing will like change. Like you'll actually have to start playing the game. Sorry, guys. There won't be such a thing as this like face tanking everything anymore. That's just not a thing anymore. Uh, it'll probably be more elaborated in the direct that comes, but like generally speaking, it's gonna be like you have to respect the boss more, and also there'll be less of like just damage reduction and shit, more like just like how do I say it, like get out of jail free cards, I guess, because if you think about it, it's just rock paper scissors, like the parry system and stuff. So just like imagine if you lose a game of rock paper scissors, like you make a bad decision, you're able to remedy that decision. You get to like I don't know, change your hand last second or something. That's how I can describe it. How much lore we get? A lot. How will we get more answers about Old Far and the Dreams? Yes, and also my ugh, God, I'm talking way too fast. Also, I might sound annoying on this, but have you checked my suggestion? No. Also, do you have any plans on Bright World? Um, suspended right now, but I mean, suspended as in there's nothing like official being made yet, but like there is. I have been making progress on like getting that out. This is I'm not really that good at drawing stamina. As I said before, my stamina is just not that great, so it's gonna take a bit for me to actually produce something. And also, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I won't lie. I really do want Bright World to be like really influential to people, so I want to make sure it's written well. So it'll take a bit. Hello, Dinbug. Are you bringing back the fat Halloween costume? Please, Dinbug. Please. I just want to be fat, okay? I think so. Well, actually, no. I don't know if I'm saying the truth. Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna say no on default. I don't know if we're actually doing that. My question: will there be more summoner weapon? I already answered that. Can I ask more than questions? If not, then you can ignore this. Will there be a new guild? Already answered that. If Lazarus is like a 5, what would you give the hardest boss in difficulty out of 10? Also, that Saul looks really cool, man. Saul Ooks, cool, man. Oh, holy shit! I did not get that at first. By the way, Pilgrammed is very cool. Thank you for making this game. Thank you. The if Lazarus is a 5, jeez, that's a bit of a overstatement, like exaggeration. Like I would say he's like a 6 or 7. But I think the hardest boss will be like a 10. That's my goal. I want to make the last boss the hardest in the game, but he'll also be the funnest. I think like my goal is that he doesn't become Lazarus, where he like becomes just super easy after 2 seconds of playing. Like I want him to be like not like absolute radiance as in like the bullshit that it pulls off, but like just like a boss that challenges you regardless of when you come back to the game. You know, like if you boot up Pilgrim now or in 10 years, you would still have difficulty. You know, even if you're like the top 1 speedrunner, you would still have difficulty. I want it to be like the biggest threat, but also the coolest threat. We're gonna have new magic technique. I think so. Will there be new techniques in this update? Yes. Will there be new mounts? I don't know. Will there be more stupid game passes? I think so. Oh my god, this guy. What's the final boss? What's the final boss? What's the final boss? Or if not, then how many guns are coming? If not that, when the game coming out? I'll give my life to you, deinbag. I beg, deinbag, read me. I'm here. I'm here. I can't say what the final boss is because that would be a spoiler. Sorry, guys. But I did hint at him before. I'm not gonna say where or when, but I did hint at him before. And how many guns are coming? A decent amount. I don't know. We haven't really made all of them yet. When's the game coming out? I already answered that. Will there be any more explosive? Oh, I already said that. Will Highland Warden see any changes? I don't fucking know. Do you want to bring the collab with Pilgrammed to Forsaken again? I already answered that, but basically no. Do I plan to make more collabs? In general, I mean, I just consider collabs like references and stuff. Like, it's not like I'm very lenient when it comes to it. Just don't be weird, and that's about it. Is every guild gonna get cool stuff like the Kai Legion with a whole boss and stuff? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I mean, it might be part of the overhaul of the game, but I don't think so right now. Will we ever get more red colored weapons in future updates? Yes, actually. Hi, I love Pilgrim. Thank you. And I have a question because I want to make an epic avatar, more close to our avatar. Do you let us wear Roblox clothes? What? And do you like Teto? I like Teto. I don't know what this question's asking. Will there be an air fryer on the update? No. Are you anxious for the update to come out? No. I mean, like, I'm just like, how do I say it? There's just a lot to add, but I'm very excited to add it. I'm not anxious. I guess you could say I'm anxious and excitement, but I'm not like anxious and like, oh god, I'm gonna have to work on the game though. You know, like it's not like that. But it's I think the most I'm anxious about is like just making sure everything gets through in the update because like I want the game to be the best before, I stop working on it. And I want the game to be the best before, eventually everyone stops working on it. So I want to make sure that people can have the most fun that they possibly can. Because like I feel like right now Pilgrim is like a diamond in the rough right now. Like you just got to get rid of the rough to get the diamond. That's basically what I'm doing this update. So um, I'm really hoping that it goes well. That's all I can say. Add food. No. Can you do a backflip? If you can, you're truly swag. No. By the way, thank you for making the game. This was the first RPG that really got me interested in grinding and coming back to play it. Thank you, deinbag. Thank you, the Pilgrim staff. Thank you. You're welcome. Can you tell me how many things? Oh, yeah. Are drills regal? I don't think they've added anything drill related yet. I don't know. Is magic no longer going to be overshadowed by melee? That would be part of the overhaul stuff, but I don't have an answer to that, to be honest with you. I'm not even holding back stuff. I just don't know. Do you like trails? I like trails. I like trails. Is there gonna be a boss added comparable to Lazarus in terms of difficulty? I would say the boss I added right now is very comparable, if not harder. And then, I plan on like more bosses being harder than Lazarus. Will Old Fart be back? I already answered that, but he will be involved. Are any of the wiki attack names true? No. Well, except for Firecracker Dance, that's the only true name, but everything else, no. People told me asking here, will the Bear Mafia only be a minor side thing, or is it slightly relevant? I actually don't know, to be honest with you. Like, I can't really like describe that. Like, they're not like essential to the story. If that's what you're asking, like, it's not gonna completely influence the like update, but it's it's just they're just part of the world. Um, Is there any progress on your spin? Yeah, I already answered this. People can't join because of the limit. There's a limit? Oh. Well, oh well, he's not even here. I can't even answer that then. Um, well, to anyone who's recording this today, yesterday would like a copy. How expensive is the content outside of Junk Pits? 1090, 20. What? Why are you giving me ratios? I didn't skip you. I don't even think I got your thing first. Um, content outside the Junk Pits. I mean, like, all I can really say is that it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a decent amount of expansion, but it's not gonna be like, like an overhaul or anything. It just depends on what we need for the overhaul, because if some updates, not updates, fuck, some areas need like, like an overhaul, um, we'll do that. But right now, mainly speaking, we don't have any big plans for anything, but I will say a lot, like all the areas will probably get at least something new added to them just because of the nature of what we're adding. Because we have to incorporate that into the progression, what we're adding. Can't say it out loud, but what we're adding. Can you guys please make the call on actual stage channel? People can't join full. Hi. Um, it was gonna be a stage channel, but to be honest with you, how do I say this slightly? Um, we don't know how to set up a stage channel, and as in, one person in particular who has permissions to make channels, so I can't do that. I mean, it's up to him. I mean, people will be recording this anyway, so you just wait for that, I guess. Um, how do you guys survive with no monetization, both in terms of supporting a dev team and player count? Um, because I mean, we work for free because we're friends, so it's not like any of us are hired, so there's not any costs therefore. And in terms of like player count, um, I mean, we just like monetization wasn't a priority. I mean, we did. Well, I realized at least later that like we could make a huge killing off of this game, but it's like it's just not a huge priority. Like, what can I say? Like, even now that I'm like adult and I'm gonna be going to college and stuff. It's like it's just not really a priority to me. Like, I mean, I still want to make money and like eventually make this like a huge passion thing, but I feel like I want to make that, abroad, like an actual like job or like, like something beyond Roblox. But that's a side tangent. I mean, we don't have any plans to like heavily monetize the game. Maybe just more game passes or something. But it's really just up to y'all to support us. It's not like we're asking for it or anything. It's not, if we wanted monetization, we would have added it already. Um, will Unfair Fight be included in reworks? No, I'm just gonna say that like he's staying this way, unless he has like an actual bug that like affects the game. I don't think we're ever gonna touch his code again. Not sure if I can ask another question. Yeah, it's fine. Will this be Q&A be released as a video or be a super secret magical event that only VC dwellers will witness? I encourage people to record this, and then whatever happens in here can be passed as folklore that I might have to painstakingly clarify later on now that I'm realizing it, but it's whatever. I haven't recorded it myself and I don't feel like editing it even if I recorded it, so I just encourage people to record it and publish it. That's all I ask. That's the monetization, guys. Just record it so I don't have to, or I don't have to answer 5 million questions after. Um, no idea if I can ask a second question. Yeah, you can. But if I can, how much mage content will be added relative to the raindrops? A decent amount. I mean, just everything's there's a lot more being added this update. So relatively speaking, a lot more than raindrops, but that's like a low bar because raindrops just didn't add too much, you know what I mean? Hold on. Water break. Drum roll, please. Water break over. Okay. What is the hardest part? Oh my god. The hair stuck in my mouth. What's the hardest part of making an update? Like enemies, bosses, items, etc. Well, I think like eh. I think the hardest part of making an update is just like making the update. Because we can make things in pieces, but then we have to connect them, and then we have to make sure they're actually working, and we have to actually like play the game to make sure that they work and stuff. So it's just making the update, to be honest. There's no particularly hard part. I would say maybe like bosses and like overhauls, like techniques, for example, are like huge pains in the ass just because there's a lot that goes into them. They're the most complex, but generally they're all equally as important and therefore take an equally long amount of time. And also it's just like if we get bored and then we start doing other stuff, as in me, because usually it's me that like sidetracks, then it also slows down the update inadvertently. Well, Electroflork. Oh, what the fuck, Electroflork? What the fuck? um, Electrofork. Will we get attention? No. Can I leave or will you kidnap me again? What? You can leave. It's fine. How many updates will be after Junk Pits? I don't know yet. Probably more than 0, but I can't speak for other people, so. If you accept more questions, will there be admin abuse on Sunday? Well, what? Sorry for bother, but is there going to be a lot more lores probably relating to essences and dreams? I already answered that, but yes. Question: is it possible to put more than one helmet or accessories in the vanity? I mean, you can put more accessories in the. I mean, there's no. If you're asking if there's more slots, no, not right now. But I mean, you're always able to not add, put 5 accessories in the vanity slots. So I mean, you can do that. Not more than one hat though. Will there be a late game big iron? I think so, or like something in that sense. Is going to be more mage web. I already said that, but yeah. Deinbag, will there be any more Pilgrammed hat challenges again? Like we had the Clock and Cauldron to at least keep us occupied. I mean, if I feel like it, but probably not. Just probably not. Don't expect it. If I do, I do, but probably not. How relevant is Chronos to the current status of the game? Is he important to the current lore or mainly the Junk Pits? And is the Bear Mafia somehow related to Chronos? Bear Mafia is not related to Chronos, I'm pretty sure. But in terms of Chronos, I think Chrono is like kind of important in the Junk Pits. Just a little bit, guys. But not really important anywhere else apart from obviously like the like the ant that has Chrono written on it. Who wrote Chrono that letter? I can't say. Anything planned for post lab in the Junk Pits? Post lab? Oh, you mean um if you're asking if there's going to be more stuff after the stuff we've just shown, yeah. I mean, it's not the full update. Are you guys building more towards the story of Pilgrim? Yes. Do you plan on reworking former stories? Uh, I mean, if you mean like reworking as in like making it better, probably not. But we do plan on like, well, not we. I do plan on like fleshing out the story a bit more. When will Pilgrim done? Um, Probably not for a while. Mainly because the update won't be out. But I can't really say like a huge prediction. Um, there won't be like more than like 10 updates after this update comes out. I think that's a decent limit to set. How complete would you say Pilgrim as a game is as a percentage? Like in total, like the whole game? Like all updates? After this update, it will be 100% complete. But there can be, 110. We can redo the some percent of it, stuff like that. But I hope that this update is objectively the last necessary one. Well, more of more developers ever be put onto Pilgrim? Probably not. We just don't have that really in our cards. We just don't like adding other people to the dev team. It's just that simple. Because people have approached us in the past, and it's just like, more or less, we just don't want more people in our business. Will there be? And also, we already kind of work in harmony with each other, so it's hard to really like added someone else to that like sort of system. Will there be more game passes or ways for the game to make revenue like the Highway Sun plushie? I'm not discounting the possibility of another plushie, but I mean I haven't considered it yet really. Maybe like a new game pass, I don't know. But nothing like crazy. Also, have you guys ever thought of doing a community event like an ARG? Um the closest I could say was the poem I posted, but other than that, probably not. Will there be more fruit folk NPCs? Yes. Yes. I can't say too much, but fruit folk are kind of relevant to the JUNKPITS, so there's a lot of questions. What do you think is the most fun weapon from what you've shown us in the direct? Oh, I forgot what he showed me. I don't want to spoil anything. I don't think they show the weapon that I think is most fun in the thing right now, so I'm just not going to say anything. I think. Oh, I remember you said you planned the update to be March 2026. That was just a general net date. It might be more, it might be less. I don't know. Will there ever be more granny content? Probably not. Is there ever a chance of Forsaken? I already answered this, but probably not. If actually no, not probably not. No. Who has more aura? Shock Marauder or Highway Sun? After this update, Highway Sun for sure. Are there going to be new status effects? Yes. Well, in terms of what you can wield, I think so. But like in terms of just if there's new status effects you can be inflicted, yes. There's a new movement tech. There's new movement, as in how do I say this without fucking spoiling anything? There's movement. There's more movement. God. Can we get thoughts on the Battle Cats? I never played it. I see all my friends, well, not all my friends, but like some of my friends play it, and I think it's cute, but it's just not a game I would play. Can we get a Shimmer equivalent from Terraria? Probably not. How large would you say the next April Fool's update will be? I don't know. We haven't thought that far. Can we get thoughts on Limbus Company? It was good until checkup. After the checkup and like 7.5 and everything. After that, it was asked. But Kanto 8's good. It's just the in between that really put me off the game. Do you plan to add any new game modes? Oh, you already said this. Will you release any more merchandise? I already said this. Are any of the new bosses designed for single player like Lazari? Ironically, they're meant to be like more multiplayer just because of how powerful they are, but they actually work better in single player. So we're gonna have to figure that out. But I don't know. Rate my Declane Eclipse fit. It's decent. My how old was I? I think my 9-year-old self. Yeah, I was that old when that reference was first created. My 9-year-old self would very much praise that. Will Joe Rogan make a guest appearance in the JUNKPITS? No. Is update more unbalanced than raindrops? The whole point is to rebalance to make it balanced, so probably not. Will there be new skills? Yes, actually. How many trees will be added? Oh, well, okay. Skills as in stuff you can permanently learn, not like well, maybe stuff in the skill tree, but also just like skills in general. You'll find out. How many trees will be added in JUNKPITS? Not a lot actually, just because of the climate. Good afternoon. Are the Empyrean Knights and Cloud Wild's gonna get more content in the future? Good afternoon. I don't know. Probably not. Also, thank you for working on this game and looking forward to Styling's Tower. Yay. He didn't even hear it. Whoops. I'm just making sure that I didn't get any Uh, oh shit, I got 2 pings. I didn't even see it. Why'd I get pinged? I'm sorry, guys. I'm like going insane right now. I've been specifically looking in like dev channels and stuff to make sure I'm not saying anything I'm not supposed to. Okay, nah, it wasn't important. Okay, back to reading. Will there be any additions to old area? Oh wait, I didn't even read your full question. I'm so sorry. Will more techniques be given to different areas? Uh, I think so. Yeah. Will there be any additions to the old areas like the mountains? Technically yes. At minimum, yes. Will nerf old things? Can you give your Instagram? I don't want to give my Instagram. Wait, let's do a little experiment right now. Actually, I don't know if anyone's made a Instagram with my name on it, like my username. Uh, okay, thank God. I don't think they did. Okay, there's a lot of people with my username in there, but I think it's just like Indian stuff. It's not even like actually like based off me. But no, I'm not giving you my Instagram. Sorry. Maybe if I like face reveal in the future, I'll like make an Instagram separately just for like general life stuff, but probably not. Will nerf old things though? Yes. Will the old gem be brought back? Also, why did the cursed monkey NPC and Bunderworld Busted Down Shotty got removed? Because people were abusing it, and also, um, in terms of your old gem thing, I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest. I think you mean insignia or something, or the sunken gem. Either one aren't coming back. Can you explain what the cursed monkey NPC, why he got added? It feels a little racist. I'm sorry if you feel that way, but it's not meant to be racist. It's just a funny combination of words. It's not like an actual like racist jab or anything. Are you gonna bring back the pumpkin costume? I don't know. I want to ask something again. Will there be new guild contents for the guilds that are in the game? Um, Probably. Yeah, that's all I can say. Really, just probably. I don't know. Will there be any new for Christmas or Halloween? So here's the thing, and I want to address this now. Uh, just this is our current thoughts so far. So the problem is we've added too much to the update, so it's actually hard to reverse engineer it so that you're not spoiled when you get a seasonal update. So I'm not sure if we're gonna do seasonal updates. That's just my opinion so far. Not because we don't want to, but I just don't think it's possible without like just releasing half the update just with it. That's a problem. So probably not. Will there be new gun rounds? Probably. Will there be new gun gimmicks? Probably. I will say I already said this in suggestions, so I think I can say it. Boots, because of something that will be discussed later, are being kind of repurposed for more gun related stuff and whatever. So they're gonna have more of a use in guns. New riffs? I don't know. We've not even touched that since, so I don't know. You like Weezer? I've heard of it, but I've never actually listened to a Weezer song other than the the iconic one. I don't know what it's called, so don't ask me. Fire Imp race when? I thought that. Ooh. I'm like I'm going a bit crazy because I don't know if I just spoiled something by accident. Because I had a question like this earlier, and I said something, and I don't know if I didn't actually check to see if I was like saying something that wasn't. Okay, I'm just gonna say, in case the update didn't already do this, I honestly don't know. I don't fucking know shit, to be honest with you, when it comes to like what an update included or not. Because after the main update, I don't give a shit about the patches. So, um, I mean, if it's not already included in the next update or this update, the last update that came out, then yeah, I think so. Um, will there be something for the giant door of the deep desert? No? What? Is Deep Desert Caverns gaining expansion? if it needs it. Slightly related, if the of Devine is ever gain elaboration, probably not. Also, is there plans for Rifts to get full blown areas? Probably not. Will we be seeing a boss fight which contributes to the? Oh, wait. Oh, wait, no. You said you didn't say this before. Well, okay. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Boss fight relevant to the Pilgrim lore. Um. Yes. Do you like Kasane Teto? Please say yes. Yes. I like what's it called? What's the Bird Brain and Machine Love. I listen to those a lot. It's just really nice songs. Pilgrim is going to have something for Halloween. My friend really wants. I already answered this. Will there be a boss fight with Chrono, or will he just be a voice? I don't think you're gonna fight him, guys. Come on, guys. Will the level cap be increased this update? No. There has been multiple shadow updates in the past months. Are any reason they're not announced? Either because they're patching something like like an emergency, or we just don't feel like announcing it. That's basically it. Water break. Water break over. Why is Barack Obama texting me? Okay, bless me. I already answered this. Will oh god, I hate this fucking name. Mephistopheles. 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 Will Mephistopheles be nerfed? He said this twice. Um, I think so. Yeah, it's getting nerf. Well, I mean, not a nerf as like traditionally, like the numbers are being reduced, but like something about it's being nerfed. I think the iframes. I think or something. I forgot. I forgot something's going on. Um, in general, how? Wait, did you already? Yeah, you already said this. What type of funk? I don't listen to funk. Any plans for plushies or other? I already answered this. Elementary work? Probably not. Will there be vanilla? I don't know what that means. Is it possible that there's a slim chance that there would be a likely? Why are you like this? What the fuck does this mean? Less importantly, do you like to Hollis? I don't know what that is. Will there? Oh my god. Will there be new gems? I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Can Electric Clown tell us funny jokes? Will there be more Chalkman related content? I emoji, I emoji, I emoji, I emoji, I emoji, I emoji. No one know. Probably. I don't know. Make chart. Oh, you already said this. Why he sent me a picture of Jesus and a bacon hair holding hands. Can you say straight Sekiro in this bitch? Or in this bit, I should say. Straight Sekiro in this bit. Straight Sekiro in this bit. Wait, you already said this. Oh my god. Oh. Mr. Back, what do we type questions in my DMs? It has nothing to do with Pilgrim. Me and my friends. Have I played Fear of Hunger? No. Well, I think I've played Fear and Hunger and I liked it kind of, but I don't really. Wait, no, not. Wait. I'm thinking of Guts and Black Power. No, I have not played Fear and Hunger. Sorry. Will there be new content for the latest weapon subtypes? Probably. I don't know. Have you played any Souls like Soulsborne? I have played everything but Bloodborne, and I haven't finished Dark Souls 2. Well, I've played Bloodborne, but I barely even got past like the first few bosses, so I don't count it. One of my favorite bosses, I like Lord Ishin, True Ishin at that. Well, not really. I mean, True Ishin's cool, but I mean, I think I like the original Owl Father. Or yeah, I think True Owl Father is the name or whatever. For Sekiro, and then Elden Ring. Uh, I just like the bosses. I mean, they're not really that interesting. They're visually interesting, but they're not like anything remarkable. And the Dark Souls 3, I like the final boss. I like the DLC bosses. I like all that other shit. Like I just like them generally. I don't have any favorites really. Do you know about boat no clipping? I mean, I've seen it, but I just don't give a shit. I don't patch stuff like that. It'll probably be patched as we're overhauling the game. I don't know, or maybe it'll just be kept in just for funsies. I don't know. You already said this. Will the soul orb from rebirthing have a physical vanity effect? Probably not. Will there be more vanity for stuff like cosmetics? I think so. I don't know. It depends on what Bloodbrain's feeling because he's the one who makes the models for them. So it really depends on him. Don't like attack him. By the way, this isn't an invitation to attack him for more accessory vanity. I just can't do anything on my own when it comes to that because I don't model that stuff. Will Dylane Towers start being developed after Junk Pits? Yes. Will April Fool's events add more Lords of the Clouds? What? Could we ever get voice acting in Pilgrammed? Yes, I actually voice acted the most recent boss, Electric Clown. Yes. Um, Another question: will you be adding more support classes / weapons? I think so. I think I already answered it, but it's whatever. We add more drip outfits. Yes. Will you have something for Ol to get to the junk pits? And do you like the swordfish weapon? I mean, obviously you have to get to the junk pit somehow, so obviously yes. And do I like the swordfish? It's okay. How many Big Macs? Around $5 as Pilgrim gave you the possibility to buy. I can't answer that because then that would be related to my finances, and I just don't feel comfortable answering that. Will the dye system be reworked so you can color armor white? No, because some people are evil and they like fucking representing ghosts that were really relevant at one point during the Civil War. Or after the Civil War. It was somewhere in the Civil War. Point being, yeah, no, we don't want those people. Even if it's like, this like edgy 12-year-old stuff, it's still bad. We can't have that in there. So unfortunately, no. And also some things can't be dyed white anyway, like some armors that come like with certain colors because of the nature of like Roblox's like texture thing, you can't like color them white. Like it's based off the colors that are part of the asset rather than like after the fact, if that makes sense. Will there be more bows? Yeah. Last question. Didn't went through, but now that you're talking about it, what about Deadeye and other abilities? Will they get rework / rebalance if they need so? And also thank you. Um, what is the latest this update will take? Because I can't play Roblox again until August next year. And I don't want to miss release. The first part, well, I already answered this, but it's definitely next year, unfortunately. So you probably won't be able to play until August. But I mean, if it comforts you, I guess it won't take super long. So I mean, worst case scenario, you have to play the game, in August, but at least you'll have both parts available. At least that's what I'm hoping. Guys, don't take that as confirmation. Don't take it as confirmation, guys. Don't take it as confirmation. I just want to say I love your work. You're doing a great job with Pilgrim. Thank you. And say thank you to the rest of the developers too, because they did a lot more work than me in some areas. A lot of areas. Most of the areas. Little small idea. Giant drill gauntlet inspired by Big Daddies from BioShock. I don't know anything from BioShock, so I can't. Did you or Bloodbrain play Warframe? Because that one tire weapon is inspired on Ghoulsaw from Warframe. No, but I mean I've played Warframe, but it's not inspired off of that for sure. How many enemies is inspired in Elden Ring DLC? None. Also, what other games inspired this specific update? Um, Definitely Hollow Knight and Silksong. I can say that for certain. Probably some other games too, like Monster Hunter or whatever, but definitely those games. I've been implementing not a lot of stuff from there, but like Hollow Knight, like as a Metroidvania, and Nine Souls too. Nine Souls. I've been implementing stuff from those games. I've been taking elements of those to, make the game better and funner. What is the biggest change in the game mechanic we'll notice when we join after the update? That's actually a good question. Honestly, I feel like you won't. Well, there's nothing you'll notice immediately, but like one of the big changes that were. Oh wait, no, actually, you will notice. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait to announce that. Well, not me. It won't be me announcing it, but oh my god, you'll notice something very different. That's all I'll say. Do you guys plan to add original Googie website? What? More collabs is plan to happen someday, or you guys think it's enough with Fantastic Frontier? Um, it just depends on what we feel like, to be honest. Ultra rework, probably not. I don't know. We'll see. In the next update, there's something suggested by a player. Yes, that's the plan. There's a lot more suggested stuff coming in the update. If Roblox die, what you and bluddbrain do? Release a Pilgrim-based game in another engine? I've thought of this. It wouldn't be necessarily. Well, I mean, I could just draw inspiration from Pilgrimmed. It just depends. I mean, I do want to eventually, like, if I ever do, like, fully commit to game development, I do want to make a game on another platform just because so many more opportunities. And also, one of the big limitations is Roblox servers, because Roblox servers are laggy, so you can't make like a super precise combat game or whatever without making everything client-sided and weird. So, yes, I do want to make games on a different platform for sure. But that's not even if Roblox dies. That's just if we choose to move on from it. Any rebalance or buffs for the techniques we have? Yeah, part of the rebalance. Yeah. Hello. Will there be any more emotes in the future? Probably. I don't know. Will the dark spin technique ever be buffed / changed? I we haven't planned that specifically, but I don't, it'll be part of the rebalance if it's necessary. Will Pilgrim PvP get attention or not really? Probably not, to be honest. It's just not something that we prioritize, but I don't know. It depends on how we feel. I mean, we have a lot of time to decide on that. Will there be more defensive armor / accessories in Junk Pit that is balanced and not broken that becomes immortal? Well, generally there'll be less defensive stuff in general when it comes to, like, damage reduction and stuff. So yes, there will be less of that and more like balanced defensive stuff, as you say. Yes. Whoops, I forgot to ask this, but if you see this, if I sign a petition, I can get my dog in Pilgrimmed. Because I think you spoiled that Electric Clown as a boss. He's very, I mean, I mean, I guess it wasn't obvious, but sure, whatever. He's a boss. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, you already said this. Oh, yeah, I already answered your question. Well, you see this again. Is the pig named Mortis? No. Will movement based build be nerfed in Junk Pit area? Um, no, actually, no, not really. In fact, it'll be buffed, but that's for a different time. Compass redesign. No. What are the sea rocks? What you just marked? Oh, you mean you're marking them with the arrows. Okay. I don't know. I'm not telling you that. Will there be a new map? Oh, you already said this. You already said this. You already said this. Oh, actually, you didn't say that. Will Egg Roost Laboratory be important in the Junk Pits update? Yeah, probably. Could there be a setting for how gems affect weapon appearance? I like the previous effect. This was it, and probably not, but I don't know. I'll see. Also, I appreciate y'all just making the game out of passion. I love the dev team program. Thank you. Your voice cool. Thank you. You gonna voice anything in the game? I've voice acted Electric Clown so far. I don't know if I'm gonna voice act anything else, but there'll be a little bit more voice acting in this update. And I don't know. I mean, like, this is just like I haven't even told the other developers about this, but I do want to have more voice acting. But at the same time, I feel like if we did add that, then it would kind of take away from like number one, it would just be more effort in general, and we need voice actors obviously, but also it's like there's a limit when it comes to adding like identity in Pilgrim, because I feel like, for example, like the text, like the dialogue sound being like that like tacky Roblox default sound. I feel like that gives Pilgrim its own identity in a sense too, so I can't like add too much personality, if that makes sense. Like too much identity with characters, but I don't know. We'll see. At least for bosses, maybe. And maybe like important characters like Kai Guy and Kai Laz and whatever, but I don't know. We'll see. It really depends. Will we get more joke weapons? I don't know if we feel like it. If any at all, what was your inspiration for Kai Lazarus fight? Sekiro at the time, Elden Ring at the time for sure. I don't think I had any other inspirations. Fun fact, I think I made most of Kai Lazari. Well, did I make most of Kai Lazari? I made most of Kai Lazari on like vacation outside of my workplace, like outside of my office to make Pilgrammed. Um, because I went to Puerto Rico and I went to another place, and I was mainly communicating how I wanted the boss to turn out through there before I started working on it. So I thought that was funny. That's funny. Well, when will growing guns? I'm not fucking answering this question. Will the second part of the update be larger than the first? Well, it's half, so probably not. Also, how many locations would you say you plan to add, and how are they related to the conversations talked between Highway 7 and Domet? A lot, and yes. Hi, Dian. Will Archmage be expanded into a guild or some other content? Because I think he's kind of interesting. Um, I mean, it just depends on if the overhaul demands it, but I haven't really thought of that right now. Do we end up finding the actual Chronos, or is a cyborg he made? I don't know. Did you answer? I was AFK. I've just answered now. I don't know if you're still in the call, but um, you don't actually fight Chronos. I'm pretty sure, at least. You wouldn't touch. You wouldn't touch Chronos. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Be polite. When will the new game system come? I mean, like, probably not ever going to happen, but like, it does spark an idea. Like, I do think about new game plus from time to time. I don't know. We'll see. Oh my god. Will you add any knives and pilgrims or knife-like daggers? There's more daggers coming, so yeah. Will Angel Race come back into the game? Probably not. Also, please make Ichiban relevant and very important. Will you add weapon coloring back to Pilgrimmed with the gems? Probably not. And no. Well, that's a probably not to the will you add weapon coloring back, and no to the Ichiban request. Will you ever uh, will we ever get to see Skeleton Fun's village before or after Archmage totally destroyed it? Or totally owned it, I should say. Um no, probably not. Do y'all think about adding some Game Pass? Not expensive. It won't be pay to win if we ever do. And not expensive either. Halloween mini update? I already answered this, but short summary, we're not capable of doing that right now just because of how much stuff we've done. Do ESIT come back next update? It's gone? Will guild stories ever be expanded upon more? I mean, probably inadvertently. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, not directly at least. Will you bring back the pumpkin suit? I already answered this. I mean, worst case scenario, we just make it like something like, I don't know. I mean, the compromise I think of right now, if we're not able to make a Halloween update work, is just like make it part of the actual game, like a consistently continuous thing you can get rather than like something seasonal. Also, second question, not sure if I can say it, but will Instigma come? Oh, you mean Insignia? No, definitely not. What comes to your mind when you hear about Pilgrim PFP? PvP. God, Pilgrim PvP. When I think of that, I think of like monkeys running around and like clashing cymbals and like making noises and like just no sign of like intelligent thought or anything. So I think like personally, I don't really care that much, to be honest. And also, why are you doing a Q&A Discord instead of a YouTube live stream? Because YouTube live stream, I mean, I just think Discord would have captured the hype generated by the trailer. God, not the trailer. The fucking god damn it. The direct. The direct. Ah, the direct. The shit generated by the direct. That's why. Okay. God, my words are worse today than ever. Oh god damn it. How big will the new Oh my god, you asked me like 9 questions. Holy shit. I'm not going to answer like most of these questions because I probably already answered. Favorite fried chicken? Not. I like Wingstop. Do you play any sports? I like volleyball. I dabbled into basketball for a bit, but it's just not for me, to be honest. Did this update take a massive toll on you? Yes. How old are you? 18. When's your birthday? June 22nd, 2007. Did you say anything else I can answer? What do you see in the future of Pilgrimmed? Hopefully, people having fun. And, just for the sake of my ego, a better name for Pilgrimmed because right now it's kind of like in a limbo state where like people love it, but also people hate it in any other community. So I don't fucking know. Will their clothes? I don't even want to answer this question, but thank you for looking forward to the update. Will you have more mobility and or agility items? Um, in a sense, yes. Do you have plans for April Pilgrim Fools 4? I'm assuming the update doesn't come out by then. I don't know. Will there be a default Roblox marble texture in this update? Actually, yeah, I think so, yeah. Will you add another stance switch weapon like the Jade Twin? I actually don't know. I can't answer that. I just don't know. Will N and the cultists be added upon, or have they some relevance in the update? Um, in a sense, N isn't being touched in this update, but I think the cultists might have a role in it too with Lishenshire. I don't know how to pronounce that. Lishenshire. Will there be more support items? I already answered that. Will there be more niche weapons? I do want to add more niche weapons, but I don't know. I can't guarantee it. Will you consider adding a dual boss? Um, Probably not, to be honest. I don't like dual bosses, but it depends. Hi, Dean. I love Pilgrims and with all my heart. Just so you know, but I have one question. Will the Raindrops trailer Creep cover be released publicly? Ask Bloodbrain that because I love that song too. Ask him. That's the one thing I permit you to just fucking harass him about. Just dog on him. Release that song. It's really good. I apologize for asking a second question. What's your favorite bands? I like Radiohead. Um I just like a lot of artists. I can't say anything like I have a favorite for. You sound like John Egbert. Aw, fuck you. You're such a bitch. We all know his Candle Night from like a year ago or two. What? Oh no, you were talking about. Oh, that's one. Yeah, you're talking about. He's, he searched up deinbag on Instagram and he pulled up a picture of a sandwich. Well, Granny and the all the dead demigods will get lore or something in the update. I honestly don't know. I don't think so. Real question: will Ol be more important in the junk pits? Decide being the one who sends you down there. I actually don't know. I can't answer that. Will the door at the end of the Cloud Wilds ever be used, or is it just decoration? I don't know. Do you plan to add any more spear-like weapons? Um, I mean, I want to, but I don't know. Will there ever be a relatively strong boss in the junk pits? Yes! Mr. Bag, can you please say green apple? Green apple. Green apple. Green apple. Why are you sending me vanilla ice cream? I'm not confirming this shit. There's no fucking vanilla ice cream in Pilgrim. Hi, fella. Are you guys adding more cosmetic accessories? Also, please add the la luli lelo. Yes and no. Will there be any more challenging? I already answered this. Will we get more early game bosses to help progression? I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, fuck, God damn it! I answered his stupid question and now it's all messed up. Oh God. Okay, it's fine. Will there be new soundtracks along with the locations? Yes, obviously. Is Pilgrim the Lane's Tower close to release? No. Will part one only have the junk pits? No, part one. Well, I mean, yes. I mean, junk pits part one will be junk pits, obviously, but it'll also be the new changes we're doing, or at least that's what I hope. I don't know. Maybe we'll split the changes among the updates, but I don't know. We'll see. So new bosses will have Demacan HP. Before I answer this question, I forgot how much HP Demacan has. Because I need to actually know before I say something. Oh, yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not. Well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But probably not, no. My friend is begging to know your favorite Silk Song OST. I like Lost Lace, not Lost Lace, Last Dive. that one. And also, I just like the songs in general, but they're not anything remarkable. What do you mean by weapon overhaul? Um, just like overhauling the weapons in general if they need it, like if they're too weak or something, or like they just need, something refreshing because they're old or something. Yeah. You want you also want to know if you are adding more rapiers. I think so. Does Bear Mafia have something to do with the Chaos Guild? No, I don't think so. At least I don't know. Maybe I'm missing out on the lore. 4 questions by me. Electric Clown will be like Lost Guys, but more hard/cursed. Definitely more difficult. I don't know about cursed. Jim Cloak will be a drop. I don't know. Fexonia will contract more people. Probably not. Electric Clown will be the final boss of the. Hell no. Hell no. You think that's the final boss? Hell no. We're just getting started, honestly. Will Rat Boy appear? No. Will we get any more lightning weapons anytime soon? Yes. Yes. Oh, you already said yes. Never mind. Why did y'all add the weird ass baby magma turtles in random areas? This is cute. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You can send another question. Yes. Will Smelty get more content next update, or will he get stuck as a joke NPC? I don't know. Love the game, by the way. Thank you. Will we get an in-game map item/option? Yeah. I'm just gonna say right now. Yeah. It's up to the people who are recording this to get the news out there, but yes. Will Nostawil Glazers be publicly executed? Yes! Yes! How many Kai Lazari does it take to beat Ichiban? I don't know. Can you please take my money? I want to pay you for this game. Um, thank you. But I mean there's no direct way to pay me. I think it's just the game passes and then I don't know. Any game passes we release in the future, like a donation thing or something. I don't know.
Deinbag, it's time to wrap up the questions and answers. I want to go to sleep.
I mean, you can go to sleep. I'm still going here. Why did you play the fire alarm sound? Oh, okay, I understand. Okay. Um, maybe I'll do a part 2 tomorrow because I mean, yeah, fair point. It is kind of getting late, but maybe okay, so what I'll do, I'll answer the rest of these in private because I think that's more efficient anyway. And then whoever was recording this, if you please tell me that someone was recording this, publish it, let people know. And then maybe I'll do a part 2 later just to, get more questions in. But I'll be ending this for now. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.